If you guys can see that, that's blinking sign. That's the price per gallon US at a T8 Dansville. So it's $2.95 per gallon, basically $2.96. And normally I don't do this. I really want to support the trucking industry, the fuel providers, but there's nothing I can do. It's against my nature to pay so much more than what I can get across the street. So today we're doing some cheating. But first I gotta drop the trailer. And in case somebody new is watching, I just want to quickly show you the procedure. And one thing I started doing recently, actually I did it at first and then I stopped, but where is it? Oh, it's over there on the back here. Yeah, I still have this Volvo A40G, 75.5 thousand pounds, but you see here, the ride height. You see this little notice, it says do not operate this unit unloaded with the PAWL. I think that's the one in the front, in the lowest notch of rack, and ride height control, this one set to highest point, highest position, right? And what I figured is that when you drop the trailer, if you keep your, basically what they want to be seeing is that they don't want the front of the trailer to be, you know, all the way down while the rear is all the way up when you empty. But of course now I'm loaded, but still it's not good to have that big angle because you can, you know, overinflate your airbags, right? And because I want to drop the front on the ground, so the front will be very low, right? And so now what I do is, like I said, I used to do it before and then I got lazy, so now I do this. So that drains the air out of my trailer airbags, and you will see how the tires will rise above this part. It's very slow, but I think before it used to be, but I can even see, it's probably hard to see on the video, but I can see the tires moving, which is actually not the tires, but the trail is dropping down, right? So now I can drop the suspension on the truck and then disconnect. So let's go get the cheap fuel. Finished fueling. Check this out. 241.9 diesel. Got both tanks, but had to pump like 3 times because it's a slow pump. Now I'm gonna get back to my trailer. That's my pin, right? That's the one that locks the gooseneck to the trailer. So everything is connected. I'm in position 4. So I got 5 positions. I'm in 4 because it's pretty heavy and I don't want to be too low because then I scratch the ground. And now all I gotta do is raise the suspension. So let's see, was it worth it? Unhooking, rehooking, and then using an extremely slow sorry about this, but the camera, again, once again, it just takes exposure from the don't want to show that, but because I was doing my laundry in the morning, so I washed all my sheets, you know, blankets, and I left a comment at the TA. I got up at like 6:45. I really like that more and more track stops now incorporate this debit credit card machine. You know, I went to get the change from a counter lady over there, and I said, I only have like $5 cash. I'll come back for the dryer, because washing is $2.50, and I used, I think I used like 2 machines. And I said, I wish you guys had a debit or credit card, you know, Visa machine. And she said, there's one over there. And I didn't even check. I didn't see it. Like I checked in the morning to see that they were empty, and then I went to get the cash, and she says it's over there on the wall. And I go back. Sure enough, there's you can use debit, you can use credit. You know, you just select what you're gonna do: washer, dryer, which machine you need, and what the number, because they're all numbered. And then you choose for the dryer. You can even choose the time, because of course it's, you know, by default it says like 60 minutes. I know my clothes, like t-shirts, you don't need that long, so I tried to find 45. It only had 48, which was $2. And for some reason, for drying, I used 3 machines. But anyway, so the trick with these, with finding cheap fuel, is that if you're a company driver or you have a fuel card and you're owner operator, right? To get the best price, you often have to use your own means of paying. Like in this case, you know, my fuel card over here, Irving, it's not gonna work at most cheap places. I could use it over here at the TA, right? And so I made sure I have some money on my Visa. I have a cashback Visa, which gives me 2% cashback for buying fuel, you know? And I double checked with them. I said, are you sure? Like diesel for a commercial truck is still okay? They said, yeah, still 2%, you know? So I'm getting that, of course, except that with these, first of all, the hose is very small. The fuel trickles at 1 gallon, I don't know, a minute maybe, you know, like honestly. And because it's a small station, there's no stopper on the hose, you know. You cannot like click it you cannot lock it in the open position. And there's signs everywhere that says illegal to, how do they phrase it, prop the handle. Whereas over here, yeah, you're supposed to watch it, so that, but that's not illegal. A truck stop, because it's so much fuel, you know, you can be fueling for 10 minutes, right? You cannot hold it like that. But over there, I had to do it, right? And it would only give me $100 worth of fuel. And at first, I parked at an angle, right? And I fueled one tank, and I was still a bit, maybe like 5 gallons short of fuel, of full. And then I spin the truck around, did it again, and again it stopped at $100, and that tank again was not completely full, so I had to do it third time. And then this time I was smart. I, like, when I was filling the second tank, I already figured out how I would do this, so I parked as close as possible to the tank, and then when I opened the pump the third time, I topped up that tank, the driver's side, and then because my sleeper is so small, right, and the other tank is like, the truck is not that wide, so I was able to drag the hose and top up the other tank, you know. And so all in all, I think I saved probably, how much? Okay, I got 41 gallons over here, and then I got 41, oh yeah, it's the same, so 41.3, so 82 gallons on 2 receipt, 82 and then 9.4, so basically 90 gallons, you know, 90 gallons. It's like some people are saying, what's that in liters? Well, 3.78, come on guys. So you multiply gallons, US gallons, by 3.78, because each US gallon has 3.78 liters in it, right? So that's a lot of fuel. So let's say 90, right? So 90, I'm gonna use my tablet over here. So, so 296, because it's 295.9, minus 242, because over there it was 241.9. That's a difference of 54 cents. 54 times, let's say 90 gallons, right? To make it easy. That's $48.6 US. I just say it, $48. It took me maybe half an hour, you know, just to drop the trailer, go there, pump for 25 minutes. But I'm Canadian, right? So 48.6 US for me, that's like nirvana, because it's times 1.33, so it's 64 bucks, ladies and gentlemen. That's a very decent dinner, you know, for one, or a modest dinner for two. I like it. I'm gonna do it again. And forgot to say, I'm gonna get 2% cashback from whatever I spent. So that's another few bucks. So strike that modest dinner for two, good dinner for two. Well, it's Thursday. My neighbors change, you know, the truck stop is getting empty in the morning, and then it gets filled up in the after lunch again. And Captain SERGEI is still parked in Denzel. Thursday, I had this load since Monday, right?
And I'm still only 2 hours away from the border, but I cannot go there. They're still working on that ITN, you know, the paperwork you need to do the export out of US of this machine. And I'm all ready. In the morning, since thanks to Vision Truck Group in Cambridge, my 12 volt charger ports still don't work, and they work very poorly in the sleeper, right? I have one in the sleeper. So unless the truck is running, it doesn't want to charge. So I walked across the street to Dunkin' Donuts, spent the morning there, played with my computer. So I charged my computer, I charged my Nikon camera, my GoPro is charged, so everything is ready. All I gotta do is just get the okay from dispatch and start moving. And I want to add some, you know, driving segments to this video, but for now I'm still parked, and that's why I'm not uploading another video, because there's not much I can show you guys, except one thing occurred to me, because I noticed the truck started driving better, and some people, I don't know who these people are or where they come up with these ideas, right? It's kind of like the belt that people are tormenting me about, the belts and steering. It's 2017. There's no belts in heavy trucks in the steering system. Come on. Now another thing, one guy says, check your vent, check the vent on your lid. And again, I looked it up on Wikipedia just out of curiosity, and they say in 70s there were vents inside the fuel tank lids, you know. So nowadays, and those lids had a problem because the fuel was splashing out, right? So nowadays there's no vents. There's no vents in the car. You see this? It just has a seal, and it's solid piece of steel. And that's my cheap fuel over there, $2.41 a gallon. Yes. So the way these tanks are vented, it's this thing over here. See this? This hose goes like this, and then it's hooked up to a frame, which is not the way it's supposed to be, right? It's supposed it's supposed to be hooked up to that filter over here. And these filters, that's what you know, you gotta change them. And they're very easy to, they just sit there, right? There's like a snap-in kind of like connection, but I cannot snap it at the bottom. But you just connect this hose, so when the air gets out, they want it filtered. But this one, basically what I discovered, I replaced both of them on this side and on the other side, right? These filters, I thought I replaced them. At least I told Vision Truck Group, the one where I'm not going again, I told them to replace them. And now when I was checking, I unhooked this one and I tried to blow air into this, and there was no air coming out of this filter. Like, the hose was fine, the hose was not blocked, but the filter was blocked. So I don't know, maybe they forgot, maybe they just, because the other one was fine, just this driver's side filter was all blocked, so no air was escaping, no venting was possible, and I'm pretty sure that's what was causing the problem, you know. Well, the air started coming through, like I took it off and I knocked it like on the side of the tank until something started rattling inside, but it was all seized inside, you know. And after that, I felt air coming out when I blew into it. But for now, I just disconnected it because it was just killing my power. I'm pretty sure that's the problem, because I checked all these, they're all okay, you know. Like, of course, number one culprit, people say, you know, cracked suction line in the tank. But you know, it's a 2015 truck, right? I got it in October 2014. I only have 166,000 miles on it, you know. I never even had that problem on my International, and I sold that one when I had what, 860,000 miles. So I think it's that cracked thing. It can only happen on some old trucks, you know, unless you get a defective hose. And so I'm pretty positive it's this thing. I have no idea what these are. Some electric, like looks like a sensor. And then this one, I have no idea where it's going. I tried to track it on the other side, but at least I found that this one that was causing me trouble. And because I've been sitting here so long, I dropped the trailer on the ground. It's still connected to the gooseneck, but just I decided it would be a good idea to relieve some pressure from the from the truck's frame. And also I dropped the suspension in here. Yeah, see, the bags are, well, supposed to be deflated. And sorry for the, yeah, that's my deflating valve. So once again, nothing else to show you guys and gals, but now everything is green. I like to watch this river over here. And I took my camera, I thought I would go in there, like there's a path, you can like get real close to the water. And I heard some birds singing, but they were up, you know, high in the trees, and I cannot take pictures, you know, where they're blocked by branches and stuff like that. Just want to show you this little river over here. And this is the truck stop, right? That's the freeway over there, 390. That's my behemoth of a load. Let's go see if we can find some kangaroos or alligators. I like those. It's like a different world over here. Yeah. Right next to the truck stop. So and you can see there's a path in here, right? So people probably walk their dogs in here. Any serial killers over here? No? Alright. Well, we're safe. Yeah, and I remember that's like further over there, you see like there's barely any footprints. But here you see a clear, you know, path, so I guess people are coming in here and just diving into the water. It's not very clean. I don't think you can do laundry in here, but it's very shallow. You know, you can see the rocks. You can it's probably like knee deep, maybe a bit deep over there, but you can clearly see rocks here. It's pretty peaceful over here. Alright, let's get back. I just hope that today I will receive an email saying that I can go to the border, because I'm getting tired of sitting here. And especially with the holiday coming, right? Like July 1st, Canada Day, and July 4th, Independence Day. So I know that the next week will be totally dead in terms of loads. So I definitely don't want to spend the next weekend over here. Well, while I'm waiting, the plan is to keep reading my ebook. I got another ebook. It's by Robert Grace. It's called Suspect. Very interesting read. It's about a cop who becomes a K9 officer. You know, very cool. Because these German Shepherds were very popular in Russia. When I was growing up, I always wanted to have a dog like that, but it's so big, you know, and it's lots of hair, right? So it sheds hair, but it would not work. But this guy, no, he was injured. The character, the Scott James Jones. The cop, he was injured on the job, and so all he could do was he persuaded them to give him this K9 job. So he went to be trained for like 8 weeks. They train him to be dog handlers, and then he gets this dog who was formerly a military dog. The dog was trained to do patrolling and detect bombs. And this dog was also injured. So in here you see these two, you know, creatures, basically, the former cop and the former military dog. They try to bond, and they help each other, you know, to get better, because they both have PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Very, very moving book, you know, highly recommended. So Robert Grace, Suspect. Well, in an unforeseen, you know, turn of events, I'm back in my yard with no trailer. You can see in the mirror, there's nothing behind me. I'll give you a brief version of what happened. So Thursday, right? Today is day number 4 that I'm under this load, the Volvo articulated truck R40G. So first I waited for the permits. Then the permits arrived, everything's fine. Then we waited for the 72-hour advance notice to the export office at the bridge. Then the bridge permit, just to cross the bridge into Canada. And there was some kind of a problem with that 72-hour notice. They could not confirm that it was supplied. And so I was sitting in Dansville, and finally today, you know, I started bugging them, and they said, well, you cannot cross until Monday. And the thing is that in our fleet, in this company, all trucks have stickers, and the cab card, like the main document that you show when you're stopped by cops, they expire on the last day of this month. That's Friday. Today is Thursday. And when I left with that big roll of rubber, our lady in charge of all this administration stuff, she called me and she said she had mailed me this thing like a few days before the call, and so of course now I know that it's been sitting here, you know. And so what do? I cannot cross till Monday. Monday is already July, so my license is not valid, you know. Yeah, you see, that's my cab card. right, with all the weights for all states. That's the new one, right? And that's the sticker. This stupid thing I have to slap on my license plate to show that it expires June 2018 instead of right now it says June 2017, you know? And so there was no other way out. Dispatch says, well, find a place to park your trailer. If you have to pay money, keep the receipt and we will reimburse you. And then that head home to Cambridge, get this, come back and be ready to cross Monday. And the thing, and that's what I did. So it's 260 kilometers. It's like 60, 120 plus 40, so 160 miles. 160 miles took me probably 2.5, 3 hours. So I crossed the border. Everything's cool, and now they already sent me the ACE, the manifest to cross back empty. And I have to tell the same story now that, hey, like, what are you doing, bobtailing? Eh? Well, I left the loaded trailer over there. And I locked the glad hand, and I did not have that one. I bought a kingpin lock, $40. But you need that, right? Just in case, and because it has a nice long, like a red piece of rope, so it warns people that you have a lock on the kingpin. Oh, and of course I had to go inside the truck stop and ask them about this, and they have like a little ledger, and they took down my company name, my phone number, and I said, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, which is Friday, because I don't want to I don't want the trailer to sit there without me. And so that's the plan for tomorrow. Is so I gotta attach the sticker, replace my cap card in my book behind my seat there, and there's also the new insurance is there, and that's all I need. And then I'll start trucking back to Dansville, hook up to my trailer, and find something to do over the weekend, Oh boy. And that's why I haven't posted any videos, because nothing was happening, And normally I don't drive in here with my big truck. It's so huge, see, I had to park it like this across, otherwise people would block me. And that's the exit, right? So whenever I go in a situation like this, this is it. This is gonna be my weekend project in Dansville. I'm gonna kill this mother. So anyway, so I just saying a tip, when you have to park like this and you have to go to a shop plaza, if you don't park so that you can easily exit, people will block you, See, I'm surprised nobody parked in here, but there's already a guy behind me. Oh, and yeah, one other tip is that always park so that you're facing the exit, as close to the exit as possible. And the only reason I did not park over there, because it's a busy spot in here. Lazy people always try to park here when they go to the bank. And I got lucky because like 4 or 5 spots in there were open. Come on, Toyota, you can do it. And it's kind of like funny, when you go to a place like this and you look at everybody, like from so high. No signal, because thanks to talented Mac engineers, I cannot activate the signal when the wheel is turned. I talked about this before. The truck pulls amazing without a trailer. I love it. But also, yeah, I did notice amazing improvement in the performance after I disconnected that filter on the fuel tank. Of course, I gotta replace it because you're not supposed to drive like that, because they don't like the, you know, the fumes of diesel go into the air, because might kill some mosquitoes or damage health of people that are really allergic to everything. So anyway, like I mentioned in the previous clip, yeah, I had to get back to Cambridge to pick up my plate sticker and my new cab card, and the place where you saw me, that's my post office is in there. And also I went in and bought this is a local Canadian protein bar. This one has 15 grams of protein, it's all natural. This one has a lemon flavor, and also I got some green tea with jasmine. What is this sound? Like something is falling off. Just the road here. So anyway, yeah, so now I'm everything is in order, like legally speaking, in my truck. So now I can go and back to the trailer and hook up to the trailer and get ready for the Monday crossing. And like I said, I think I'll do this. I open the dash again and I really do something. I cannot stand it any longer. See, that's my sign. I had to take off my oversized load sign from the front. And I'll just show you how the truck accelerates up the ramp. If you saw some of my previous videos where I was testing Dodge and Ford, and when I installed the new muffler on the Mazda, I like doing that. But if this guy is going the same way, we are screwed. But if he goes straight, because you know he's much slower than me, right? Because he has a trailer. But if he goes straight on Hespler and there's nobody in front of me on that long ramp to 401, we might be in business. So we can do some high-speed acceleration. Now see how slow this guy is? Come on. This is the power of a 13-liter Mack, 1860 torque. Look at this, 97, 60 miles an hour. Jesus, this thing picks up speed faster than my Mazda, I think. Wow. Oh yeah, because I have 4:10 ratio, of course. changed lanes is because I saw this guy over there, multi-axle flatbed with flashing lights, and this guy is doing 50 miles an hour in front of me. So 4-axle flat, 3-axle truck. Also a Mack, but older. Yeah, for some reason, actually, that's what I find as well. When I'm driving with my, you know, lights, when I have an oversized load, people are kind of like hypnotized, you know? See, like this guy was driving next to that guy with the flashing lights. That guy, of course, was slow because, you know, he's very heavy, right? And this guy is driving next to him, just looking at the flashing lights, you know? He's probably talking on the phone or talking to his girlfriend, and he's subconsciously is slowing down to look at the flashing lights. You know, I think it's just like the human nature. Now imagine if that truck was like me with the really nice flashing lights, amber lights in the back, and then you have a rooftop light. That's it. That guy would be doing 40 miles an hour, not 50. I'm surprised he was driving this fast. And I'm back at the Peace Bridge, now going in the opposite direction, from Canada to US.
Slight right onto Peace Bridge, Queen Elizabeth Way.
Yeah, I crossed yesterday, so I did all my stuff.
In 600 meters, continue straight to stay on Peace Bridge.
Now going back. The Mack sounds amazing. I love, you know, that deep roar of the engine. There's so much power. I really enjoy, you know, driving a truck without a trailer. Look at this. For all these crazy people going to Canada. Oh, Americans. See, New York. Okay, Virginia. Wow. Ah, they're all going for, they're gonna be a parade, right? July 1st, they're going to be a parade in Canada. And of course now US,
Straight to stay on Peace Bridge.
now US dollar, you know, if you have $100 US, you come into Canada, you exchange them, and you will have 130.
Continue on Peace Bridge for 800 meters.
Jesus, shut up.
Well,
You will have 132 or even 135 Canadian dollars, you know? So 100 US, 135 Canadian. And yeah, all the plates I see. Okay, that's one Ontario guy, probably lost, went back and turning around. And also, how you know that it's a American car? In Ontario, it's illegal to have one license plate. So all cars here in Ontario have two license plates, front and rear. So whenever I see a car with only, like, coming from that way and it doesn't have a plate in the front, I know that's American. But I know that New York cars all have two plates. But most other states in US, they only have one, right? So that's how you know. It started raining just like 5 minutes ago. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I don't know what's going on up front in there. Why is there okay, all these guys are changing lanes because, yeah, trucks have to be to the right. Uh-oh. My windows start fogging up. All right, last thing on the bridge. Let's look at that Versailles guy. What do we have here? All right, we got a new Peterbilt, new style, no air cleaners. See on my left over there, gray with a moose bumper. Is that a front wheel drive or rear? I mean, set back or set forward? Well, think it's set back. Yeah, set back. Front axle. Nice looking Pete. Flat roof sleeper. But the fuel tanks are like, I don't know, 25 gallons each. A regular 3-axle truck pulling a 3-axle step deck. Typical Canada. And look at this. It has a Cat AP655F. Looks like a road construction machine. So this guy has 2 bikes. That guy has a transformer. Like, some people have weird hobbies, you know. I'm back in Dansville, New York. It was raining like crazy on the way here, and the only reason I stopped here at the pumps is to get DEF, and I just got 35 gallons again across the street at 241. And I went inside here. When I went inside here to get the receipt for the DEF, I asked the lady, I said, "You guys aware of what the fuel price, diesel price is on the other side of the freeway?" And she looks at me, she says, "No." I said, "Well, it's 241 at Quick Fill and 239 at 7-Eleven." And I wanted to go to 7-Eleven, but the it's so tiny in there. Like, you know, my truck is pretty long, right? So Quick Fill is a bigger station, so I just paid 2 cents extra. But I saved a bunch of money again. Well, the thing is still here. So you see, I locked that red thing over there. That means that the kingpin is locked, and I locked the red hand, the red glad hand. I like that one. I had to buy this. Everything looks cool. Nobody stole any tires or wheels. I don't feel like hooking up right now. I'm dealing with all these hoses, especially since I don't want to drive today, but tomorrow I feel like getting a bit closer to the border. I still cannot cross until Monday, but I was driving now on the 390, and I saw the scale, like the rest areas where these guys, DOT guys, sometimes set up inspections. Like both rest areas were open, and I saw DOT vehicles in there. You know, so I don't think today is a good day to drive with the oversized load. So instead, we're gonna cleverly park like this, you know. And now, you know, I have not eaten anything since morning, besides that protein bar I showed you guys before, right? And it was raining, and one thing I was thinking about was the bucket here. I might need to learn how to operate the bucket on this thing, because probably there's a lot of water in there, but we'll figure that one later. So sorry for not posting videos, because nothing was happening really, and that's why I decided to do one long one like this, right? So now this one covers basically Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So not sure how long it's gonna be, probably pretty long, but I know some guys like long videos. Some guys say they have a life, which I doubt highly. Otherwise, why would you watch trucking videos on YouTube? Yeah, one guy says, come on, 30 minutes, we have a life, you know. But I mean, that's kind of funny to me, because what makes you who's making you to watch the entire 30 minutes, right? Most people, just according to statistics on YouTube, Most people just watch, 5-6 minutes, and then I see sometimes it rises to 8. But that's why I put extra advertising, past like 10-minute mark, because I know very few people watch over there that part of the video. So yeah, I make them long because it's kind of like, I don't know, I guess I don't know how to edit properly maybe. But also, like in this case, right, there's a bunch of topics that I could include, like buying fuel or saving money, right? And then I'm driving back and forth and this and that. Sometimes it's just, a lot of stuff that I could cover. And then I see, like, since I was not moving with the load, I did not make a separate video. So I might make something over the weekend, because I'll be sitting here. Actually, not here. Tomorrow I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move closer to a different truck stop. But still, I hope I'll get a chance to use my camera. So hopefully the weather will improve, because now it looks like the rain will go away. And if the weather will be good, then I'll do a video for my photography channel. I'll go chase some alligators and kangaroos, the typical stuff you can see in New York, maybe some elephants. So thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later.